been a pretty long time since I've used my colored pencils. These days I only really work digitally from the sketch to the final piece. Procreate and Clip Studio are what I live by when it comes to creating art, so it was a bit intimidating trying to do something traditional again. A part of me has been wanting to retry doing some traditional art for quite some time, but I had no real reason or ideas for what I might do. But now I have my new coloring book, Color with Boris and Connie. I really wanted to show what you can achieve with the different pages, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to break out the colored pencils again. It's also something that's easy on the mind and really chill. Just sitting back and coloring a pre-made illustration is perfect for when you don't want to create anything or when you're in an art block. I'm super proud of this new coloring book, and I hope you guys like it too. Color with Boris and Connie features 21 different pages for you to color in, and it comes in 2 different formats, digital and physical. The physical version can be found on Amazon, and what's really nice about it is that the pages are single-sided, meaning that as long as you have something protecting the page underneath, you can use things like markers or anything else that can bleed through the paper without worrying about ruining the next illustration. I know that this is something that can be really bothersome with a lot of coloring books, especially mass-produced ones, so I wanted to make sure that people could use whatever medium they wanted when coloring each page. The digital version of the coloring book can be found on my Gumroad. When you purchase it, you receive 2 versions of each coloring page, one with a white background and one with a transparent background. Having both of these versions gives you more versatility with how you might want to color the pages. You can choose to work digitally, or you can print them out at home on the paper you're choosing. You can find links to both the digital and physical copies of the coloring pages in the description below. Now, to talk a bit about the artwork that I chose to color. I decided to color in the page that's used as the front cover of the physical version of the coloring book. I went with this one simply because it's one of my favorites. I just think that it's a really sweet scene with Boris and Connie. As a coloring page, it's also not super detailed, but it's just detailed enough to be a bit of a challenge for trying to work traditionally again. It was also really awesome getting to see the scene colored in as though it were part of the storybook. While getting that traditional feel is possible using digital tools, there's just something special about using the actual physical media that was being imitated digitally. While working, it came as a bit of a surprise to me that even though I haven't used my colored pencils in about 4 years, the coloring process still came pretty naturally to me. It was almost as though I'd never stopped using colored pencils for all that time. Not only that, but I feel like I kind of improved since the last time I used them. While working strictly digitally for all this time, I still picked up on different fundamentals and skills, So my technique was a little bit better than it would have been had I colored this 4 years ago. However, I did still have some challenges, which is to be expected. The biggest hurdle when working traditionally is remembering the steps you take in order to create a certain color or add a certain effect. I not only needed to keep in mind which colors I used, but also the order in which I used each color. It was also a challenge trying to make my colors as accurate to the source material as possible. Normally, when working digitally, I have color swatches on each of my characters' reference sheets, so I can just color pick from there and get the right colors every time. But traditionally, I had to pick out and mix different colors in order to achieve something that was close to the original. While they're not perfect, I do still love how the colors turned out in this piece. Specifically on the characters, they're super warm and saturated, which is exactly what I was going for. Background, however, I feel could have used some extra work. While I am happy with how it turned out, I think I could have spent a little bit more time filling in the background because all the colors turn out super light from the white paper still showing through. Although it does work to bring a bit more attention to the characters, the piece could have felt more cohesive overall had I spent more time making the background more saturated with color. But I am still quite happy with how the piece turned out, especially considering how long it's been since I seriously worked with my colored pencils. here's the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as a reminder, if you'd like to color this page yourself, along with many other illustrations, you can purchase my coloring book, Color with Boris and Connie, using the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video.